आज हम लोग जो चैप्टर पढ़ने वाले हैं दैट इज द फोर्स. दिस इज द फर्स्ट चैप्टर ऑफ द सिलेबस and now we'll start the chapter. What is force? Mathematically we can say that force is the rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum is change in momentum with respect to the time. Force is denoted by the F and momentum is denoted by P. So P equal to, we know that what is the definition of momentum? Momentum we can say that is the product of the mass and velocity of a particular body. So here we can say that v is the vector quantity and P is the vector quantity, is also a vector quantity. So rate of change of velocity is known. We know that this is the acceleration. So we can also write that force equal to mass into acceleration. Force, that means, what is force? Force is something, if we apply this on a rigid body, it will change its state. State means कोई अगर रेस्ट पोजीशन में है तो it will go in motion. अगर कोई चीज मोशन में है तो उसको हम रेस्ट कंडीशन में लाने का कोशिश करेंगे using this. And if we apply this on a non-rigid body, then it will also change its shape and size of that body. So this is force. इन आवर सिलेबस फोर्स में जो हम लोग को पढ़ना है वो सब चीज को हम लोग तीन पार्ट में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. तीन मेजर पोर्शन, दैट इज द मोमेंट ऑफ फोर्स एंड इक्विलिब्रियम. दिस टॉपिक we will read, and then the center of gravity, and third one is the uniform circular motion. Okay, let's start the first portion, that is moment of a force and equilibrium. Now, as we can see that when a force acts on a rigid body, two kinds of motion are possible. That means if we apply force on a rigid body, two kind of things may be possible, or two kind of motion that is possible. One is rotational motion, this one, and second one is the linear or translational motion. Now obviously I can say that linear and translation motion is not same. That is what is linear motion? If we apply force on a body, and after the force or due to the effect of the force, is the body move in a certain direction or in state part, we can say that there is a linear motion. And what is translational motion? Translational motion, that is, if a rolling material is there, suppose a ball is there, and if you apply force in that ball, so what will happen? The ball will start to rotate in a straight path. This is called the translational motion or translatory motion. So there is the definition of this, that is what is right there. When a force acts on a stationary rigid body which is free to move, and definitely this one is very important, the body is free to move, otherwise the motion will not be occurred. The body starts moving in a straight path in the direction of force. This is called the linear or translational motion. Example, this provided there, and the diagram is also there. It is very easy to understand. Now the second term was there, that is the rotational motion. Rotation, we all know that what is rotation. So what is rotational motion there? If a body is pivoted means fixed at a certain point, is pivoted at a point, and the force is applied on the body at a suitable point, it rotates the body about the axis passing through the pivoted point. This is the turning effect of that force, and the motion body is called the rotational motion. Okay, so this is the definition. And okay, now we will see that what is happening there. Okay, let's explain the example there. The diagram is there. There is a door, and the door is pivoted at this particular point. This is a very common example, and this is a very practical example, so I have used this example here. So these 2 points are where the door is pivoted here, that is the hinge portion, Now if we all we use the handle and try to open the door. Now see what's happening here. The door is now rotating about this particular axis of rotation. This is called the axis of rotation. The door is rotating about this particular axis. So this one is known as the rotational motion. Clear? What is rotational motion? The body is rotating about its axis of rotation in a fixed path is known as the rotational motion. Okay, what's written here? If a body is pivoted at a point and the force is applied on the body at a suitable point. So this one is the suitable point. You apply force here and it rotates the body about the axis passing through the pivoted point. This is the turning effect of the force. Due to that force the body is turning, so we can say that this is the turning effect of the force, and the motion of body is called the rotational motion. Okay, it's very easy. So here comes a very tricky topic. What is rotational motion and circular motion? We explained already here the rotational motion, but there is also a term that is the circular motion. So now it's your task. So think about it. What is the difference between rotational motion and circular motion? Okay, think about it and you can write to me what is the difference between rotational motion and circular motion. Sorry. Now we think about the rotational motion, we think about the we learn, sorry, we learn about the circular motion, we learn about the rotational motion, we learn about the linear and translation motion. Now that is the term, the torque is very important term is no now it's torque. Those who are now studying in class 10, those who are if they take science in class 11 and 12, the term will be very famous to them, that is the torque. Torque is also known as the moment of force. So what is that? So what is the definition of the term torque? The moment of force or torque is equal to the product of the magnitude of force, that is the value of force, and the perpendicular distance of the line of action of force from the axis of rotation. Now this is a definition. Now I can explain. Now I am explaining what is there, what is written here. So if you see the diagram, that is the force. Suppose this one is the body and the body is pivoted in this particular point. So if you rotate this, it will rotate around this particular point. That means the rotation of axis is this part. So what is written, the product of the magnitude of force. So F1 is the magnitude of the force, and second one is what is written there, the perpendicular distance of line of action of the force. This is the particular perpendicular distance from the line of action of the force and the pivoted point, that is the rotation of axis. This one is the rotation of axis, this one is the line of action of the force, and this one is the d. These d are the perpendicular distance between the force and the rotation of axis, or you can say that the pivoted point. So product of this F1 and d is known as the torque or the moment of force. And when we learn something, when we learn some definitions, some particular term, as we are studying in physics or science, if there is some unit are there, we also have to learn that. और हम लोग के पहले सीख चुके हैं how to determine the or how to find the unit of a certain thing, that is torque or moment of force. Now here the unit is what is the force is there, and the product of the force and the distance. So product of the, so unit of force is what, Newton, and what is the unit of distance, that is meter. This is written in SI unit. So Newton meter is the unit, and CGS unit is also there, that is the dyne per centimeter. It's very clear. Now is some questions may come in exam. That is a very small question, that is the relation between the SI and CGS unit of torque. So we can write 1 Newton meter equal to 1 Newton equal to how much dyne? 1 Newton equal to 10 to the power 5 dyne, it's known to us, and 1 meter equal to, we can say that 10 to the power 2 centimeter. So the product come here 10 to the power 7 dyne centimeter. It's clear? Okay. Let's move to the next topic. That the factor affecting the turning of the body. It's very important. Particularly if we are learning something, if we are learning torque, if we are learning moment of force, the same cheez are there, sorry. What's the factor affecting the value? What is the factor affecting the torque? What is it in the magnitude of force applied? Okay, very good. Let's go to the previous slide. What is there? F into D. Torque is the product of force and the distance. Clear? So this is nothing but torque is depend on force and torque is depend on the perpendicular distance. These two things are the particular two things are affecting the value of torque. Okay. So we can write then the magnitude of the force, and second one is the perpendicular distance of line of action of force from the axis of rotation. These two things are directly affecting the turning effect of the body. And you also know that what is torque. Torque is the product of force and the distance. Distance is not a vector quantity, but torque, force is definitely a vector quantity. So torque is the product of a vector and a scalar quantity. So torque is a vector quantity. You have to you have to remember it. You have to remember it. The torque is a vector quantity, and is written here torque is a vector quantity. Now this is a conclusion of the topic torque. That is the from the mathematical expression we know that if we if the value is fixed, sorry, if the value is fixed, so if this distance, that means D, if we increase D, so F will decrease. If we increase D, F will decrease. So what is written here? The mathematical expression of torque, we can conclude that the larger the perpendicular distance, less the force needed to turn the body. That means where we are applying the force from that point to the pivoted point, if this distance is large, so we have to apply a minimum amount of force. If that distance is small, we have to apply a larger amount of force. Clear? Please keep this point in mind. This is a very tricky part. Now the next topic is couple, the extension part of the torque. That means if you don't know torque, so it's very difficult to learn couple. Now what is couple? Because we already know what is torque, so what is couple? The definition is couple is a pair of force equal in magnitude. Please remember, please note this term, equal in magnitude, oppositely directed and displaced by a perpendicular distance of moment. The simplest kind of couple consists of a two equal and opposite force whose line of action don't coincide. This is called the simple couple. Okay. Now, three terms are very important. The force will be equal in magnitude and oppositely directed, and the perpendicular distance between the two forces. Okay, so what's happening if we take the example of a steering of a car? It's very common example and we all know that what's happened there. We use the two hand to drive a car. Okay, so just see here, if you apply a force in this direction, in anti-clockwise direction, and you in another hand you are applying a force in this point in the opposite direction, so what will happen there? if we apply this force in this direction, if you apply a same amount of force in this direction, what will happen? The steering will rotate in anti-clockwise. The steering will rotate in anti-clockwise. So what's happening there? To For the use of couple, the body will rotate. The body will rotate. If we apply a couple on a particular body, what will happen? The body will rotate. Okay, but keep two things in mind: the force will be equal in magnitude and the direction of the force will be opposite. Okay, the direction will be of the force will be opposite, and the line of action of these two forces will not be coincide, and you have to measure the perpendicular distance between two forces. Okay, thank you. Let's go to the next topic. This is very important. The next topic is very important. That is the moment of couple. Because see this topic very carefully, because you all have to uh, calculate some kind of values in any mathematical problem using this kind of concept or using this kind of formulas. So what's happening there? This is a rod. Okay, take it as a rod, and this rod is pivoted at a certain point. The rod is pivoted at a certain point, and take this point A and this point B. Sorry, I forgot to written here in this point. Okay, just assume this point is A and this point is B. Now this is the pivoted point, so I can find the moment of force. I can calculate the moment of force or torque for this, if this is O, for OA, and we also can find the value OB here. So for that particular point A, if we find the moment of force of this particular point A, that is, what is the formula of moment of force? That is the force and the perpendicular distance, force into the perpendicular distance between the force and the pivoted point, that is this point. If this point is O, so F into OA. Similarly, we can calculate here, that is F into OB. Why 2F? Because the definition of couple was there. The value of two forces will be equal, that is, this is F and this is also F. This one in which direction? Clockwise. This one also clockwise. So total moment of force is what? This moment of force plus this moment of force. The moment of couple is what? This moment of force plus this moment of force. That means F into OA plus F into OB. This, if this point is O, that is OB. So OA plus OB क्या आता है? That is AB. This total distance AB, and this total distance is denoted by S. So total moment of couple will be F into S, force into the perpendicular distance between the two forces. Okay, and the direction will be clockwise, because if this is the steering, so the steering will rotate in clockwise direction. So what is the formula? Moment of couple, that is the either force, take any of the, because the value is same, any of the force and the perpendicular distance between two forces. Okay, that is the clock arm. Okay, next move to the next topic. Equilibrium of a body. What is equilibrium? If you apply a number of forces, that may be two, that may be more than two, if the applying force does not able to change the state of the body, that means state means what? If the body is in state rest, or if the body is in motion. Two kind of states are possible, that is rest or motion. So when a number of forces acting on a body produces no change in its state or of rest or in motion, the body is said to be in equilibrium. That means, so you can say that if the applying forces, that means more than two forces are unable to change the state of the particular body, is known as the equilibrium of that particular body. Equilibrium, maybe two kind of equilibrium are there, that is one is static equilibrium and another is the dynamic equilibrium. Okay, let's go to the next portion, that is the principle of momentum, a principle of equilibrium. Clockwise moment and anti-clockwise moment is known as the equilibrium. This portion is very important. This, please see this diagram. You have to solve problem, exercise problem using this diagram. अच्छे से इस diagram को देखो, क्योंकि you have to solve lots of exercise problem using this diagram, using this concept. This one is a scale or rod, something is there, and you are applying two forces at the two end of this. You are applying two forces at the end of this. Okay, and this one is the pivoted point. Okay, so pivoted point से distance force F1 का distance से D1 and pivoted point से force F2 का distance से D2. And note one thing is mind, F1 F2 no need to be equal. That means F1 और F2 का वैल्यू इक्वल हो भी सकते हैं, नहीं भी हो सकते. ओके, if these two distance are different, so F1 and F2 का वैल्यू इक्वल नहीं होगा, कभी नहीं होगा. प्रॉब्लम क्या आ सकता है? प्रॉब्लम ये आ सकता है कि ये डिस्टेंस तुमको फाइंड आउट करने के लिए बोल सकता है, ये F2 और F1 कोई भी एक फोर्स का वैल्यू तुमको फाइंड आउट करने के लिए बोल सकता है. ओके, तो कैसे करोगे? यूजिंग दिस प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मोमेंट्स इन इक्विलिब्रियम, इस कंसेप्ट को काम में लगाकर. इसमें क्या बोल रहे हैं? सम ऑफ एंटी क्लॉकवाइज मोमेंट, सम ऑफ क्लॉकवाइज मोमेंट. सो दिस वन इज एंटी क्लॉकवाइज, दिस वन इज क्लॉकवाइज मोमेंट. तो इस फोर्स का मोमेंट हमको फाइंड आउट करना है, इस फोर्स का मोमेंट हमको फाइंड आउट करना है. मोमेंट कैसे फाइंड आउट होता है? फोर्स into the distance between the force and the pivoted point. So इस फोर्स का मोमेंट क्या होगा? F1 into D1. इस फोर्स का मोमेंट क्या होगा? F2 into D2. So इसको क्या करना है? इसको इक्वल करना है. ओके, हो गया. ये दोनों को हमने इक्वल कर दिया. अब कोई भी एक टर्म अननोन रहेगा तो उसको हम लोग इजीली फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. ओके, थैंक यू.